a long break, but I'm on my shit now. Ain't got time to play. Gotta take care of business. You was on my plate. What we got for dinner? You ain't got no business. Call me Lizzie's business.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I went from this to this. So stay tuned. First, I'm just going to start off with some pre-stretched hair. I'm just adding some shea butter to it, and then I'm going to section it into 3 different sections. And I'm going to start braiding with that back section, which I'm just parting from ear to ear. Now this top section, I'm just parting sort of like a C at the top, a small C towards the front. And that's going to be the hair that's coming towards her face. This is my first braid, and even though this is the back section, I did part a tiny piece in the middle section to bring that braid all the way towards the front of the head. And as you can see, I'm just adding a little piece of braiding hair at a time. I'm just using the braiding hair to add a little bit more fullness to the braids, and also for some extra length at the ends when I add the beads. Once the braid reaches the thickness that I want it to be, I will stop adding the braiding hair, but then return to adding the braiding hair towards the end of the braid, once again for the length that I want it to be when I add the beads. So now I'm going to part out that second braid, and I am going to start at the previous part line that I created for the bottom section instead of coming all the way to the front. And I'm just going to use edge control to clean up that part, section it off, and begin to braid. Once again, I'm just adding little pieces of braiding hair at a time until the braid reaches the desired fullness that I want, and then I'll stop adding the hair. I'm just going to repeat this same process until I finish off this back section. Okay, so now the back section is complete. I'm now in the middle section, and this is the second braid. And I'm just adding those little pieces of braiding hair. So my daughter's hair is a lot thicker and fuller towards the middle of her head. So as you can see, I'm not adding any braiding hair right here. I'm just braiding, and then towards the end of the braid, I will start back adding that braiding hair for the length at the end. this is the last braid of the middle section. So I'm just finishing off this section and then we'll start braiding in the opposite direction towards her face. So this is the first braid of the last top section, and right here I am braiding the first braid in the same direction as all of the other braids, and then from there I'll switch it every other braid. So the next braid I will braid it in the opposite direction and then just go back and forth from there. Okay, so this is the first braid of the last section, and I am parting and braiding it in the opposite direction, so it does come and hang in her face a little. Of course, we're starting with those tiny pieces of braiding hair and then making them bigger as we go along the braid. I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but I'm not braiding those braids all the way to the end just because I'm adding beads anyway, so it really doesn't matter. It's not going to show. So I just braid almost to the end and then let it go. So this is what I meant when I said that I was going back and forth between the direction that I'm braiding the hair. So as you can see, this braid is going back in the original direction that I was braiding, and then the next braid will come towards the front again. From this point forward, I'm just repeating each step, braiding in the opposite direction with this top section, and I'm just going to finish braiding and then add the beads. At this point, I have finished braiding, so I'm just going in with the edge control and brushing her edges down. And then I'll add some styling foam, tie it down, and then proceed with the beads. Okay, so we have reached the final step, which is adding the beads, and I put 15 beads on each braid. I am securing the beads using rubber bands, and once I'm done with all of the beads, I'm going to go in and trim off the excess hair on the ends, and then we're done. And here's the final look. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.